walk around the compound. We'll see some tigers, and then we'll see some Pete's and hear some squeaks, and Derek will ramble. Look at this spoiled young lady having to get hand-fed because that's how she wants to eat. Tongue-fed, I guess you could say. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Great.
Super duper! Oh my gosh. You're not Manisha.
Oh no, what happened?
This is our new intern. Her name is Courtney. Where are you from? Waco?
Waco area.
Yep, Waco area in Texas. So she is a Texas person. Technically, what? Illinois? That's where you're originally from?
Yeah.
Illinois? Yeah.
So many S's.
Yeah, so not a real Texan.
Sorry.
A surrogate Texan, an adopted Texan.
It's actually born in California.
Oh my gosh, you're all over the place. You're like an American mutt. So everyone say hi, hi to Courtney in the comments. Be like, hi, Courtney. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is a big part of how Serena has to get fed now. Look at then this is how many you have to feed her like this.
Couple times a day.
Couple times a day? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we just got done feeding all the rest of the cats and butchering a cow and a horsey. Hence all of the blood. Rachel, you should really do something about all of that.
Stop!
She was, before I said I was going to film a webcast, and before she's like, you always catch me when I'm just like covered in blood or poop or just got done working or something like that. So
My future husband could be watching this right
could be
now.
watching. He could. Yeah. Yeah, he certainly could, but I don't know, like maybe he like really is into like, you know, a girl who can kind of like get her elbows in there and just, you know, get some work done, and maybe your future husband will actually appreciate this version.
True.
That is true.
Handle you at your worst, you can handle it at your best.
True.
Sure, why not? I don't know what fortune cookie you got that out of, but that's great. All right. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic. Oh my gosh, we just got done feeding Walking on the Compound webcast. Some people have been tweeting me, oh, Derek, is it Tuesday yet? Oh, is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So you're gonna see the cast. It's all gonna be good. Milo has a piece of meat and it's down there, but he doesn't want meat that he has. He wants meat that he doesn't have, meat that is in the possession of someone else. So yeah, you can see that just intently. The meat is always redder on the other side of the fence, Milo. Haven't you ever heard about that saying? Oh, these boys, they got done having a tag team wrestling match with their body that we put in there. It was a cow body, and oh boy, they were just rolling all over the place and scruffing with it and grabbing it and playing with it, so that gets a little bit tiresome, and they're kind of whooped. They're kind of whooped right now. I got in a fight with what? A dead body. Like, what? Really? No, I'm not gonna go that way just yet. Not gonna go that way just yet. We're gonna go this way just yet. We're gonna go this way first. Sass. Hi, Sugar Pie. I saw you were playing with your red ball a little bit ago. And you were being very cute. Why didn't you turn your camera on, Derek? Sorry. I don't turn, look, I turn my camera on enough. I turn my camera on a lot, and sometimes, you know, like the whole, like we're out there feeding and we're doing a bunch of stuff, and the machinations of the feeding operation are in full effect. And then I'm just like, everyone, Clyde is doing something cute, just hold on. And then I gotta turn my camera on, and then I gotta point it. And then everyone's just like, oh, they're waiting. They're waiting. So I can't turn it on every single time something happens. There's a balance that I gotta hit, a balance between work and dorbs. A balance between work and dorbs. And you have to have the appropriate dorbs algorithms in effect. Sometimes the dorbs are not dorby enough to warrant a camera flip on. Hi, sugar pie. Hi, baby. She's been hanging out on her mattress a lot. Yeah, she's been hanging out on her mattress a lot. Got some more room to kind of amble about. Some bigger views, you know? Yeah. Yeah, look at this old girl. Look at this old girl. Hi, baby. Oh, you're just too beautiful. Just too beautiful. Did you know that? Did you know that? You are. You are very beautiful. You're beautiful. Focus. There we go. Jeez. Oh. So yeah, new girl just came. Yeah, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or was it the day before? I think it was the day before. I can't remember. All interns just kind of blend in. They're all the same. They're all the same. Oh. And then you got to give them the spiels. Don't do this or you might die. Don't do that or you might die. Don't do this other thing or everyone might die. You got to give them those. You got to give them those spiels. See, she's able to jump up onto the one platform there, and then get to the top there. Raven! She's like, I'm admiring the sheet metal and the design pattern on the sheet metal. That's cool. That's cool. But it's nice that it's cooler today. It's cooler outside, so it means that we get to feed early. We don't have to wait until it's like sunset time and dusk. You know, because in the summertime when it gets so hot, we have to wait until it gets all dusky and cooler before we can feed. And that means that sometimes we can't feed until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. That puts a big damper on whatever it is that you're trying to do, or that alters your schedule. And then, but it's also the same in like the winter time, when everything's dictated by how much light you have, where sometimes whatever, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you got to pack it in at like 4:45 in the afternoon because it's getting dark. Nature. Oh goodness. Okay, where's Miss Kooky Boots? There's Miss Kooky Boots. There's Miss Stripy Pants. Hi. Hey, how are you? Did you eat a bunch? Did you eat a bunch already and now you're just kind of sleepy? Did you eat a bunch of proteins, bruh, and now you have sleep in your pants? That's good. Take the edge off of you, because you get a little bit wired sometimes when I'm walking around. You get a little bit agitated. She is looking at me right now with those eyes. With the intent. It's all about the intent. Which is true, because intent is the difference between first-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Intent is important. Intent is a very, very important factor. Sometimes people, I think that they get a little bit sidetracked, or they lose sight of that. Sometimes whether it be like sometimes the different words that we use or the language that people use in some certain situations, and they look specifically at the what's being said, but not necessarily the underlying meaning or the content or the context behind certain things. And I'm not giving instances or examples of certain things, but it's just sometimes the intent is lost. What it is that someone was trying to accomplish, or an idea that a person was trying to communicate. But then again, some people are just dicks. So that's also into. There's two sides. There's always double the flavor, double the fun. Ooh, hello. Hi, Clyde. Hi, Clyde. Clyde is in mourning right now. He is sequestering himself behind the ball of sorrows because Manisha left him, and he is realizing it and saying, "This, I have darkness and sadness in my life, and it's very melancholy." He is even slower now than he was before. No, he's fine. He's fine. But I want, if you follow Manisha on Instagram, you should go and tell her that just Clyde doesn't know how to go on, and he's having, like legitimate, he's snuffly and he's happy and he's fine and he's eating, he's fine. But if you could go to her Instagram and be like, I don't know, Clyde's having a rough go of things, I think he's really depressed. That would make me happy. Then she'll be like, why is everyone doing this? Well, actually, no, she'll know exactly why. She's like, Derek. Derek is having his pride people say horrible, untrue things about my man, about my boyfriend. Yeah, check it out. BigCatDerek on Instagram. It's Manisha something. Manish, I don't know. Whoa! Where did you come from, bud? Hi. Hi, Papa. How you feeling? You feeling pretty good? Guess what? As of today, the day that I am filming this, it is Mr. Kanapali's 17th birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, bud. Happy birthday to Polly. Happy birthday to Polly. He got himself a very large horse head, which is very tasty. Oh, bud, you are officially an old man. Old man Papa. Get off my lawn. Get away from my horse heads, you danged kids. It's my horse heads. My taxes paid for those horse heads. Kids these days get their horse heads for free. I used to have to walk uphill both ways in the snow. I had 27 brothers and only one pair of pants between all of us. We had to share our pants. What? What does that even mean, Grandpa Polly? Yano's got a horsey head. And he's probably not going to be terribly too pleased at the idea of me trying to go over there and engage in conversation with him. He says, no, you can stay over there. You can stay over there, Derek, if you want. You don't have to come over here because there's a factor of proximity, of protein's proximity. And we got to make sure that we're respecting the protein's proximity. It's important. It's important. Nice day. Nice day. Blah. Oh. Finally had to submit, didn't you? I suppose I'll eat this one. I don't wanna. I wanted the ones that Serena had. But she ate all of her. Oh gosh, Forrest Gump. I did not know that I needed all of my proteins. I was talking to some people that I work with. Because you just, monitoring the weather. And there's sometimes where there's like not really much of anything weather going on. So there's time to kill. And you just kind of, you sit around and you just kind of shoot the shit with the people that you work with. And yeah, we're talking about Forrest Gump. We're talking about like the continue, like this, like after the feather, like went into the camera and like it went to, the screen went to black and like the credits started rolling because it's like, Jenny, she passed away at the end of the movie, and they never explicitly said what she died of, but it's kind of assumed that she had contracted AIDS. That's kind of the assumption, just because of her crazy party lifestyle, and like the movie ended in the 80s, and that was kind of like the thing that was happening, and they didn't explicitly say it, but that's more or less probably what happened. But then you have to sit there and think, like, Jenny never told me that I should get tested. And, oh man, and then just kind of going on from there, it was 2 weeks before they found my body. I forgot to pay all the people that worked at Mama's house, so they all left months before. Little Forrest was never the same after that. It's like, and it kept on getting into like really dark territory. I know, it's horrible. It's horrible. I'm not trying to say that it was good, but yeah, we were kind of, and we were making ourselves like, cry laughing with like how we were kind of, the scenario was going on, the idea that by the time they found me, there was only a small can of crackers in the cupboard and a half a tin of baking powder for little Forrest. He couldn't really speak English too well after that. Oh, I know. This is really bad. But she never told me I probably should have gotten tested. So no. Cranky Pants Kitties. Hi. Oh my gosh, Monsieur. Hi. Hi, Sean Pears. Okay. I'll leave you alone. What is this? Like you have some weird kind of like affection that is, I'm still like wanting to kind of munch on your face, kind of thing. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. Really? He just keeps on coming up. I thought that by now you would have gone back to your meat. I thought you would have gone back to your meat. getting some work done. Finally, still, and it's just getting more work done, slowly but surely, to the sweats. The sweats. Which, yeah, there's going to be, we made some significant headway with the IDS organization as far as getting a better timetable for when, because remember, like we talked about, there's some stuff we had on the webcast a number of webcasts ago, and on Instagram about that interior design company, or they're like they help do interior design things for different charities and stuff like that, and finally getting a solid timeline, a timetable. Oh, that's right, Mr. Boom Boom. Mr. Boom Boom has definitely become very food aggressive. Mr. Boom is very, very food proteins aggressive. I don't know if you knew this, but sweet tiny little boomer gets a little bit cranky pants. Hey, bud. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Okay. I'll leave you alone. Slade, Slade. Slade, Slade. Hi. Ish. But yeah, finally got a good timeline for different things and about when they're going to be able to come in and like really do up the that area. Happy times had by all. Happy times, sunny times, bingo. Yeah. Whoa. New girl seems all right. So far, we'll see. You know, they all tend to just kind of be really bright and chipper and fresh and happy when they first get here, but fast forward a month or two and we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Hi. I leave you alone. And it's important because, like, yeah, you gotta talk to, because like a lot of interns. Okay, dude, I'm going. You made your point already before. Man, that was a big noise. Hi, I know. What's going on over at the neighbors, huh? You look like you were just sleeping. She's like, what? Hi, baby. Seriously, what's this all about? You've been acting all weird with me, where you get all snuffly and then all of a sudden you start getting kind of cranky pants with me. Hey. Hi, sugar pie. And no, sometimes people say, like, maybe it's the blood. No, it's not the... They do know how to tell the difference. They know how to... When you got blood on your stuff, they know how to smell past that. It's fine. I am not going to approach you because you have your leg right there. Yes, you do. And sometimes interns, they get really excited about being out here. They get to work with tigers and lions, and they get to do all that cool stuff, and then they burn themselves out, and they try to work too hard and too fast and too aggressively because they want to make an impression. They want to impress, you know, some of the different their supervisors, me and Heidi, but they burn that candle at both ends, and it's not good. And then fast forward a couple months, and then they're having a rough time. They're having a rough time maintaining, just physically and emotionally and mentally. So we always try to talk to them, you know, beforehand, like, hey, let's just make sure that you're pacing yourself and that you're not going outside of what you know. that you can do. And now with that said, we're still going to ask that you kind of step outside your comfort zone, and we still ask that you try to give it this honest effort over a prolonged period. You flex those care muscles. Makes you stronger, makes you more endurant. So yeah, cool stuff. I got some people that are surprising. There actually people are buying my my Etsy stuff. So big thanks to those of you who have already purchased some of my original art pieces off of Etsy. Thank you. I'm going to be sending those out here relatively soon. But yeah, thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll still put the link. I'll put the link in the thingamabob down below. The video description. Oh my gosh, words. Oh, they elude me. I am not very good with my words. I feel like I have quite a cold. Oh no, I gotta stop. This is not good. Oh, sorry. I know, it's really, this is just too much. I am going to be doing some new stuff. New types of videos. I want to start. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, but then you get the procrastination bug inside of you. Yeah, I can write a script for this now, or I can do a thing about that later, I can blah, 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 blah. And then you just eventually don't do it. So many different rolling excuses. And it just turns into just a prolonged thing where it's just like, you just don't get to it. So, I'm going to talk about it. Well, no, she says stop procrastinating. Lions don't procrastinate, lions do. You know, I got no patience for no procrastinations. What? Your meat is all the way over there. It's all the way over there. What is your deal? Oh, you're so adorable when you're mad. But it's going to be a little bit more in tune with some YouTube-y, vloggy, fixed camera, edit type stuff. But I'm going to be talking about different things within the exotic animal world, within conservation. Maybe a little, stuff, not so much stuff, because I talk about stuff here at Karen at the facility, like here in the webcast. So it's not going to be stuff that's like care-centric, but it's going to be stuff that's going to be like animal and like the biology of conservation, the politics of conservation type stuff. But I'm going to be doing it in a much more kind of flashy, edited, again, there are going to be elements that are going to mimic a lot of like those vlog, kind of things of certain YouTube personalities. And there's going to be splices and cuts and different voices and stuff like that. And I think that it'll be kind of a good addition to the platform. I have a list of topics already that I want to touch upon, that I want to talk about. But I would love to hear from you, the Pride members who ingest of this content, who know me, and who know about the things that I like to talk about. And I want you to go into the comment section below and just give some suggestions for maybe topics that you would like for me to tackle in one of those upcoming kind of things. And I will have the first one, and this is the other thing, like I said, rolling procrastination. So what I'm doing, I'm actually going to put a timetable on it. I'm going to tell you about it, so that if I don't hit it, you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, Derek, such disappointment. So by next Wednesday, so I'll give myself like a little bit over a week. Next Wednesday, there's going to be a very new and very different type of video, and it's going to be on this channel. I said it. Okay? So if I don't live up to that, then I'm a douche. So, and I had to tell you about it because that's going to be the only thing that's going to keep me on task and actually finishing it and actually doing it. Because I don't want to look like a douche. Hi, Luca. You're not a douche. You're a snuffly, handsome tiger. Yeah. But yeah, go into the comment section. And again, I'm not asking for care-centric stuff. I'm not asking for like, oh, tell about all the different cats. You know, no. Just different things that are in the larger spectrum. And like I said, I want to inject personality. I want to inject a lot of humor into these things. And because I'm going to be writing a lot of this stuff out. And it's going to be more crafted. More honed and tempered. That's what I'm going for. But I think that's a good webcast. I think that's a good place to end it. Thank you all very much to those of you who subscribe, to those of you who have bought Etsy stuff, and yeah, I'll try to do a familiar face shout out in the next webcast. Always remember, hashtag Dorbest Award in the comment section, hashtag Dorbest Award. Which cat do you think did some of the most Dorbestest things in the webcast? That's what the Dorbest Award is. You do the hashtag Dorbest Award in the comment section. Duke it out amongst yourselves. Agree or agree to disagree or vehemently disagree. Doesn't matter. But, you know, have fun. And I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? All right. Bye-bye.